All right, so this is the final week of the trimester. We are going to have basically kind of a final summative. Typically, we would add one more unit to this before we did our quote unquote portfolio, but that's going to probably take us into the second try. So we're just going to do it for the questions that we have. So many of you have done, obviously, remembering the portfolios last year. This is kind of a similar form. It's just kind of coming out in like a different method. So you may have remembered the one pager from when we did our IA. We're going to do kind of a similar thing with our topics. So rather than doing the outline and the essay frames, we're just going to do a web page, one page, either in Google Docs, any sort of document you want, but it has to be one page. Basically, you're going to compile notes that answers one of these four questions. All right. We're not going to be doing any sort of timed writing with this because it's just kind of hard to do without being in person. Typically, we would do kind of an essay at the end of the trimester, but I'm going to push this off. Hopefully that in January we can do this. So you have four questions. We'll talk about the four questions in class. So if you're watching this right now, and you still have questions about those, we'll go over them in more detail together. But basically, you have to answer one of these four questions by doing the information that's at the bottom. So the first question, to what extent was the influence of Enlightenment ideas responsible for the rise of independence movements in the Americas? Two, evaluate the impact of independence and the social and economic structures of one country in the Americas. Three, compare and contrast two military campaigns in two different areas and assess the impact on the outcomes that each had. And then four, analyze the effects of independence on different social groups in the Americas. We've covered all these things. If you have any questions on those, specifically to information we did in the class, you should come back to me via email or in Messenger or Schoology Messenger. What you're going to basically do is use text, words, drawings, symbols, shapes, or images to create a one-page handwritten or digital breakdown of the question that you've chosen. All work must fit on one page. It also must fill the page. You should have no bare space. It should be a colorful, eye-catching, and detailed representation of the images, borders, colors, lines, and more, organizing the information. So this is what you need. You need a border or frame that has the question and then your key ideas about the question. You need all essential terms, topic, evidence, names, so on and so forth, focusing on at least 15 topics in a fairly understandable and chronological and or comparative way. You need images, so make drawings or find symbols or images online that represent these ideas. This is one of those reasons we do vocabulary when we have the incorporated use of images when we do that vocabulary. You need a thesis statement, a key question that emerges or key questions, and then any counter arguments should be listed and organized. And again, the grading for this is all looking that you have all six elements, that it's thorough, that you have a good mixture of pictures and images. So basically looking for that. So this is going to be kind of our final summative for the trimester. Obviously, we're going back to then with the Century of War essay that we did the week before Thanksgiving, and then we have the IA still. So you have three big summative scores here at the end. Please make sure that you have everything in. I'm kind of being light on this. You'll have Wednesday and Thursday to work on it. It should be turned in by midnight on Thursday because my grades need to be in on Friday. And so I can't spend all Sunday with the IA and all that stuff. So this will get locked at midnight on Thursday night because I just have too much other stuff that we need to get through, and I can't be waiting days and days and days for these things. All right. So if you have any questions, please make sure that you're in class one of those 2 days or both of those days. Majority of the time, Thursday will be expected you're working on this. So if you want to check in with any questions on Thursday, that's fine. All right. Have a good time.